everybody, this is Michael Kelly here, and this is my muscle contraction cycle project. I'm going to speak fast because I keep running out of time. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is this term action potential. I think of it as, it's kind of vague how we talk about it in the book, but I think of it as, you ever watch that Tom and Jerry cartoon where there is an overcomplicated mousetrap and someone flips a switch and that turns on a fan, the fan blows a boat, and then this step, and then that step, and that step, and you have all these steps that are kind of unrelated, but they have an end goal, and that is to fire a muscle. So we have the brain hits the switch, this neuron goes boom, action potential travels down, we hit the neuromuscular junction. You have all these neuromuscular junction points here, and that is one motor unit. One motor unit is one neuron that controls 1 to 2,000 fibers with neuromuscular junctions, so that the muscle contracts evenly. Next, we have the action potential travels down here to this particular neuromuscular junction, and these vesicles filled with acetylcholine come out and hit these nicotinic receptors and open them up and allow the sodium ions to pass through to the muscle cell membrane. Once that happens, the action potential becomes these little NAs over here. They're all positive, and they're on the sarcolemma, and they're coming down this T-tubule, and they affect here in the sarcoplasmic reticulum. And what I think is happening is we have all this positive, we have positive calcium ions over here, we have positive sodium ions over here, and even though the book doesn't get into it, I think they go on to be next to each other. So all these calcium ions say, oh, let's go down here into the sarcoplasm, right? And then they come into the sarcoplasm, and that's where they hit our thick and thin filaments, and we have our sliding filament theory of muscle contraction. Okay, and so here is my wonderfully made creation of a thin actin filament. These balls, golf balls, are my actins, and those black dots are the binding sites. The paper is my tropomyosin. These corks over here are my troponin, and this is with no calcium in the sarcoplasm yet, right? And then what happens? Calcium comes in the form of these popcorn kernels, and my screen moves again. I don't know why it's doing that, but the calcium binds to the troponin, and that changes the geometry of this thin filament. The actin binding sites are exposed. Here they are, all exposed. What happens then? They meet this cocked myosin hammerhead right here, and a cross bridge is formed. When that cross bridge is formed, the hammerhead fires this way. This P and ADP are released, and what happens then? You have a spent myosin head. It has no energy. This ATP has some energy. It says, hey, I've got some energy for you, big boy, and it attaches to this hammerhead. That recocks this hammerhead of myosin, and a cross bridge is formed again, and the cycle happens over and over and over again until all the ATP is used, the muscle is fully contracted, or the calcium goes back to the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and this actin thin filament goes back to its old form, and there is no more cross bridge, right? So here we are. Here's the sarcomere. Here's an M zone. Here's an N zone. It's uncontracted here. It's contracted here. And that's all I have. Thank you very much. I have 20 seconds to spare. Oh my goodness. Here, let's go back to this brain. I like this brain. This is my favorite drawing here. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.